What's up, everyone? This is Zoey Kirby here. I am crippled, cranky, and caffeinated, and I kind of just wanted to do a little bit of a sounding off video very quickly. And I do want to do more comedic videos. I'm working on that. I haven't quite struck that balance yet on this channel, but just kind of want to talk about some of my issues with YouTube as a platform. I might try to break it up into a couple parts, and I want to try to keep this quick. So, here's kind of the structure I want to go with. 1, YouTube as a monopoly, I think. 2, YouTube and how it handles itself as a platform, which will be important. And that part's going to also be kind of broken up into 1, how it handles copyright claims, different YouTube channels of many different sizes, and then the second part, 2. Another piece to that second bullet point is probably going to be why it does that sort of thing, why it conducts itself the way that it does. I think it has a lot to do with advertisers. And anyway, so let's head to the first part of this video. YouTube is an effective monopoly, probably one of the most robust online monopolies, digital monopolies on the planet, or at the very least in the United States, for when it comes to video sharing platforms. There isn't anything else besides YouTube, really. I mean, there's Twitch, but that's for live streaming. And I don't use Rumble, and if you do use Rumble, I have questions. Let's just say that. There aren't really any meaningful competitors to YouTube at all, and I think that allows for YouTube to be able to conduct itself kind of however it wants to conduct itself, regardless of how it affects the consumers of the content, the viewers, the content creators, whatever have you. It's allowed to do kind of whatever it wants because there really isn't any meaningful competition. Oh, you used a 3-second clip of something and you got a huge copyright strike that may affect the end of your channel. Well, YouTube's not going to do anything about it because where else can you go? You have YouTube. Oh, you're a viewer of, you watched a video that is a horrible video by, let's just use this dude, I guess, because who knows what he's up to these days. Oh, you saw a horrible, bigoted video from Pick, let's just name him Chet. You watch Chet, who has a YouTube channel called Chatting with Chet, and his views are dangerous and abhorrent. And you let YouTube know that as a viewer that you don't want him to be monetized or to get advertisers, but YouTube decides, I don't think Chet is that bad. Chatting with Chet has over 2 million subscribers, and it makes us a lot of money. Makes YouTube a lot of money. And I think it really harms the digital space in a lot of ways, and to move away from that, because I want to be able to have multiple platforms. I want there to be other things for YouTube to do as a platform. I want there to be other places I can go that have different structures to be able to format different videos. YouTube is much less free in terms of like the creativity that it used to have. In my opinion, it seems to be filled with just people talking about stuff, myself included. There aren't as many comedy sketches as there used to be on YouTube. There isn't as much animation as there used to be, and if there is, it doesn't get to make money in the same way that it would probably be able to, maybe on a different platform, because there just isn't really any way to garner that kind of viewership, because it wouldn't be on YouTube. I mean, it breaks many monopoly laws. I mean, I don't believe in capitalism. If you do, don't you want there to be more competition? Because that means YouTube as a platform can be difficult, can be hard to use. There's so many ways where it's clunky. If you want to put YouTube on your TV, you have to go through so many different parts in the menu to be able to do it. Like you have to click 4 or 5 different things. YouTube's not going to change that because, again, there isn't any other game in town. I'm trying to think of anything else that bothers me about YouTube. YouTube also kind of just prioritizes its large creators in a lot of ways. You can't do anything about that. You don't know anything about the algorithm. In meaningful ways, it's not transparent. YouTube doesn't have to be transparent. There's nothing obligating it to be. And if there's an issue that you have, that's fine. You can bring it up to YouTube, but YouTube doesn't necessarily have to do anything. There aren't meaningful consequences when no one's getting off of YouTube. I mean, it's kind of, there was a video by Adam Conover a long time ago, well, I don't know how long ago at this point, about Twitter, how we can't really exactly quit Twitter, and he kind of gave different reasons why people weren't on Mastodon, why they weren't all on Blue Sky, etc. It's because everyone uses Twitter, and I mean, Twitter isn't necessarily a monopoly in the same way YouTube is. There are some alternatives. You have other places to go. YouTube is almost even worse than that because there aren't any places to go. Besides YouTube, if you want to share videos that are going to be able to give you the same audience, to give you the same traction, that isn't, especially if it's not live streaming. Adam Conover is a wonderful, seems like a wonderful person. I enjoy their content and their comedy. But so that's one of the things, and there's other things too about the way that monopolies work. The other thing I guess that bothers me about YouTube as a platform, before we head out of this section and we move into the second section, oh crud, I'm not trying to forget my main points here, but about kind of why it behaves this way. But like, I messed up on my channel because the YouTube channel I started to use was connected to a different Gmail account, different Gmail, and I wanted to just be able to change the email address that my YouTube channel is associated with, but I can't do that because they attach the Gmail to your YouTube account and you can't change it, which means I had to make an entirely new email address for an entirely new YouTube channel. And it was infuriating because I don't want to have to take down all of the videos on that last channel that I spent all of that work doing and then re-uploading it to a different channel because YouTube won't let me change the Gmail that's attached to. And what am I going to do about that? I have to be on YouTube. I can complain about it. I can at YouTube on YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, you need to do this. But they're not going to do that. And then the other last issue is you can't say swear words. There's so many words that you can't say on this platform, which in a way is a form of censorship. We have to come up with different, for lack of a better word, dog whistles for what we're talking about, replacement words. And the reason why they do a lot of what they do is because they want to be quote unquote advertiser friendly, which to YouTube I think also means family friendly. We don't want you to be using cuss words. We don't want you to be using these certain topics. And now there's sometimes where there are legitimate reasons for that. I don't disagree. But like, advertiser friendly doesn't always mean squeaky clean. I don't understand why this concept of having to go with advertisers has to come along with it. The notion of no swearing, no mentioning of taboo topics, no mentioning of adult topics and their keywords. And mentioning keywords also is not a form of moderation. I mean, it comes down to money. And YouTube isn't going to stop what makes them money. And let's see, I kind of forgot the front part of the structure on it. So we talked about the issues I had with YouTube as a platform. We talked about why it's that way, because of the advertisers, because of the money that comes in, and there just isn't anything that really challenges it. They're not going to do what affects their money into YouTube. That means that certain topics aren't going to be discussed. They're going to be and if they do, they're going to be demonetized. And I just don't think it's a great place for content creators in a lot of different ways. And if it's because YouTube is concerned about their image, for their stock, for their advertisers, for what gets them money, I don't know. I think YouTube at this point should be regulated like a public utility. I think it needs to have accountability to the public, and not just in the sense of, I think it should just basically be treated how we regulate cable and things like that, like electricity. Like, it should just be a thing that's available to the public, that should be have more free communication. And it needs to be that, or it needs to be broken up in some kind of manner. I would prefer it to stay, for it to be more of like a public service, kind of like the post office kind of is. And I don't know, just wanted to get kind of my frustrations out about YouTube, especially someone who is trying to make more content. And it just stinks that you have to fight against this algorithm to get any kind of priority. And like, going viral or getting a decently sized audience takes years and years, and it's just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, it didn't feel like it used to have to be such like a death spin, like such a walk under the treadmill with a skull and crossbones on it. And I just want it to be more enjoyable and fun for folks. I want it to be able to be a safe place. And I don't know. What do you guys think about YouTube? What don't you like about it? What do you think are some solutions to YouTube that aren't what I mentioned, as maybe putting it as a public utility? Like, what would you like to see YouTube do? How do you think we could fix this problem? Where do you think those problems come from? I love to hear what you have to say in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like the video, share it to anyone that you think might be interested in something like this. And I am glad you stuck around for me, and that you liked I hope you liked the content today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you have a bucket hat that is fuzzy with bears on it rest of your day, which means it's good, because a cool fuzzy bucket hat is very good. And I hope you have a very whimsical rest of your day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.